Hi, I'm Michelle Renee Hiatt of American Quilter Society, and we are here at AQS Lancaster. And I have the great honor of meeting with Julie Hanna, who submitted in Tea Party. And this is her first entry at AQS, our Quilt Week, and we are thrilled to have this quilt. It really was something that I was especially drawn into yesterday during judging, and I'm thrilled that you were here to talk to us about it. So this is actually a pattern that you started off with by Wendy Williams.
That's right.
But then you just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So like, how did that happen?
So I was in education many years, and I taught elementary school where you made bulletin boards and you were creative in the classroom. And so I think that has spilled over into the quilting, which I just started a few years ago. So I've done several of Wendy Williams patterns. I've fallen in love with wool, applique, and embroidery. So to get the structure of the quilt, I used her pattern. Okay, because it's all this curved piecing and all that. So I got the structure of the pattern, but once I started putting the flowers on and embellishing, I just let the quilt speak to me. So as one color flower started, you would all of a sudden say, well, this one needs a yo-yo flower here, you know, well, this one needs a Yorkshire button here. And
you made all the Yorkshire buttons.
Yeah.
And you added some special elements to them, between some mementos and different little trinkets. So talk to me a little bit about that. I especially love the crocheted flower.
Yeah. So I have, to me, you know, quilts evoke so much emotion and memory with people. Old quilts their grandmothers made or whatever. Well, this is the same idea. It just captures more current memories for me. So when we have my new quilting friends, and I travel a lot, and when we travel about and we're in antique shops, we pick up little buttons and charms and doilies and all that kind of stuff. And so when I start doing a quilt, I let it tell me what needs to go where. So I have a really special piece on this one. I have a dear friend that we quilted together the last few years who passed away in January of ovarian cancer. And we actually the last show we were at was Paducah together. Okay. So we had this thing where we love dragonflies because there's a great story with dragonflies and passing away and all that. So for me, this is the year of dragonflies on my quilts. So everything I've made has either had an applique or an embroidered or a charmed dragonfly. So there's one on this quilt too. You have to hunt for it to find it.
Which is very very nice. And then you also added little embellishments, and I love the little fringe. And so you just let it speak to you and just went from there.
So it's been a little fun because, you know, teaching was my background, not quilting. I'm not a precise quilter, you can ask my friends, but
well, it looks pretty good to me.
but I love the art of the quilting. So you know, I like to add things to it to give it a little bit of dimension, a little bit of fun. So my friends in the quilting world say that I like to tacky up my quilts. And they say that affectionately, to tacky it up, but it's embellishing the quilt. And so I do. Yeah. And I just, sometimes I'll pick something up off the floor of my sewing room and go, oh, that's perfect for there. So,
I love that.
Yeah, so a lot of these are that way. They're just pieces of things that I've picked up over the years.
So Julie, talk to me a little bit about my favorite one, which is the crocheted flowers. How did those come about ending up in your quilt?
So I love to include things that create some kind of memory with my friends who are like family to me. And so I have this dear friend who she'll do anything you ask her to do, but she crochets these little flowers. And I do that too, and I've got them on some of my other quilts. But she crocheted these two special little flowers for me to put on this quilt, and I just think of her every time.
Well, I love them, and it's what my eye goes to them every time. So.
Thank you.
So one more question about how the construction of it. So did you made each block and then embellished each block and then sewed the embellished blocks together, or do you embellish it after you made the full top?
Some of both.
Okay.
So the wonderful thing about this quilt is it's portable. So if you make one block, do the curved piecing, make the block, then you can take it on a trip, on a bus or whatever, and add the stuff there. And if I pick up something special there, that's not going to be a problem for the quilting, I go ahead and put it on.
Okay.
Otherwise, I put in a special little box to add it later. So some of the embellishing I do, all of the handwork I do here.
While it's still transportable.
And small. And
Perfect.
then when I put it together, then I put the embellishments. And sometimes, even after I got this one together, I stood back and said, gee, that needs some crystals. So
it's a more bedazzlement.
Yeah, so here we go.
And so you had it quilted.
Yes.
By, do we want to call it that?
Yes, we do. Patty Wilson,
She
who
did
is
a
phenomenal.
fantastic job. So she worked around some of your embellishment, and then you added embellishments later.
Exactly.
It's really great, and it's a trend we're really seeing now, where people are combining the different types of stitches with their quilt piecing and regular quilting, and adding wool.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the wool.
Oh,
but
yeah. That's my favorite
It's fantastic. Yeah.
And you know, here's a shout out to AQS. This is where I've learned all that, because I don't have
Perfect.
any background of quilting or sewing or anything.
So you enrolled in classes here?
Took classes. I've been a member since day one I started this, but coming to the shows where you get inspired, I mean, you know, I come back and go, well, I'm going to put one of those on my quilt. You know, so I mean, it comes from seeing other people's work. Otherwise, you get stuck in the rules of quilting.
Yes,
you know?
well, we love it, and we love that you've taken the opportunity.
Thank
You know, that's what we hope all of our members do, is to come to the show, be inspired, take classes, listen to the lectures. It's a great opportunity, even just to share amongst those who are looking at all these fabulous quilts. And we thank you for sending yours in. So you too can enter American Quilter Society's Quilt Week contest. The 2025 is currently open, and you can go to our website to get more information. You can't win if you don't enter, and first timers do well too. So come and join us, submit your quilt. We'd love to see you either here at Quilt Week or one of your quilts submitted, or both. Good?
Got it.